To get to the Follett Shelf, I start off at the Superior High School library page and I scroll down to where it says Follett Shelf. Then I'm going to double click on the Follett Shelf. And as you can see, here is the shelf. Up over here in the corner is where you can log in. For students, their username and password is their student ID number for both places. For staff, it's going to be the name you use to log on to your computer and your email, both for username and password. So I'm going to go ahead and put mine in and hit login. Now there are 3 different types of books on the Follett Shelf. There are the types like Along for the Ride that has just one copy and you can read it online. So if I wanted to check this book out, I could click this online button here to check out, or I could just look at it by clicking read online. I'm not going to do either of those things right now, so I'm going to hit this little X in the corner of my screen here. Another type of book is a book that has an unlimited number of checkouts. You can tell those by the infinity symbol that's in the corner. So again, when I open that up, you'll be able to see you can check out by clicking here on online, or you could just click read online. The other thing I want to draw your attention to is here is a search box. So if there was a particular subject you were interested in, you could type that in there and it would filter through to see if there's anything on that topic. You can also over here search by author, subject, genre, etc. The other thing you can do is you can build a wish list. So if I wanted to have these animal rights books on my wish list, I can just click on it, drag it over, and drop it in here. Do you see I'm at 0 titles? Once I drop it in there, now I'm at 1 title. Drag and drop. There's 2 titles. And then if I want to go see, if I just want to browse through, see there's 248 books, I can click next and see the next set of books. I can also go back up here. Let's say I am looking for animal rights and I could type in animals. And just go ahead and see what pulls up there. And here's some stuff on genetic engineering. I'm going to drop that in. Biospheres. There is one other type of book that is available, and those are ones that are just downloadable. You can't read them online. You have to download them to read to your computer or device. Now that we have items in our wish list, I'm going to go ahead and click on the wish list, and I'm going to click on animal rights. I'm going to go ahead and check this out. And then I'm going to click on Read Now. And now you can see we have animal rights up on our ebook reader. This opened in a new window. I want to show you the different features that are in the ebook. The first one is over here. You have the little magnifying glass with the bee in it. That's our browse button. If I click on that, I can go ahead and enter something I want to search in here. So I'm going to go ahead and type in puppy mills. Click search, and there are 3 pages with hits. So I'm going to go ahead and if I click on this page, it'll bring me right to page 186 in the book. And that brings me to actually the index, so that doesn't do me a lot of good. So I'm going to go ahead and hit page 130, which is where it says it is in the index, and that'll bring me to page 130. The next thing that's next to the browse button is the note-taking button. So I can click on the note-taking button, and then if you right-click anywhere over in the text, you can get the choice to add a note. So my note title could be Puppy Mills. And I'm just going to be really generic here and say puppy mills are bad. and click Save. And another thing you can do is once you're in here, if I were to highlight some of this text and then right click, I can highlight it in pink, yellow, or green. The next feature that we have is the table of contents. So I could go through here and see if there's anything that I wanted to look at. They have the elements of an argument, and maybe that's something I wanted to teach students about. And now I could mark this page right here with the bookmark, but the bookmark will and go over here, and I could see as I flip through the pages I could find that bookmark again. But once you close the book, those bookmarks don't stay there. So the best idea if you really want to save your spot in a book would be to leave that note. Another nice feature that we have with this is the dictionary. So if there was a word you wanted to look up, like here's contractors. It brings up, well, it looks like the dictionary is currently unavailable, but typically that would bring it up. The next feature after dictionary is the information button. This is really important because it shows the permission of the author, set by the publisher. Is you could print 30% of this book, copy 30% of the book, and it does tell you here that you can read aloud, which is over here. You could click on this and it would
146 animal rights of them. Even if they didn't have an emotional attachment,
it could read all the text for you. The next features are you can adjust the size. We can also X out of here if we don't want that, of your text. We could fit to width, fit to page, fit to height. You can also make it smaller or bigger again. Here's another way to navigate. You have your page turners here. You can also, right in here, say I want to go back to page 12. I could just type that in, hit enter, and that brings me back to page 12. I don't have to arrow back and forth. Another nice thing is you can go to 2-page view. You don't have to stay at the 1-page view. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that so you can see what it looks like. Oh, looks like this book does not have a 2-page. This is what the 2-page view looks like. Once I'm down smaller, there we're at 2 pages. And then I can page through like that and it'll load 2 pages at one time. The last thing after the read button, which we already looked at, is the close book. So when I close the book, I have some choices. First of all, you see that we have this book. I can check it out for another 16 days, and I can click here if I want to keep the title, and I can click here to return this title early. I'm going to click here to keep the title so that way I have my notes and all the things I highlighted saved. I can now close out of the window that I'm in. This will take me back to my shelf. I'm going to X out of this book. There's still my wish list with all the books and titles that are in it. I'm going to X out of there, and then I'm going to go back up here and I want to make sure that I log out.